Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be testing the RTX 5060 Gigabyte WINDFORCE edition of the card. We're going to be playing The Last of Us Part 2. I'm going to be pairing it with the Ryzen 9800X 3D. We're going to be running 32 gigabytes of DDR5 6000 MHz RAM. Here's how the GPU looks inside of the ASUS Hyperion case. Alright guys, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so we're going to start with 1080p here. We've got DLLA on and we have transformer mode on here. But we currently don't have any DLSS on here, so as you guys can see there, nothing like that. And also everything's on very high here, literally maxed out basically in 1080p. Let's have a little look at the FPS here. Okay, so we're getting like 70 FPS. The 1% lows are quite bad though. We're getting like 23 FPS though on the 1% lows. So yeah, it's really stuttering here. Oh, yeah, it's really bad, guys. 8 gigabytes of VRAM is just not it, honestly. It really isn't it anymore. Like these games are just not going to run really well. I really don't recommend this card. But I just bought it just to, you know, do some videos on it. But yeah, we're getting like 60s here. It's really dropping here. But we still have DLSS to help us. We're using 7 gigabytes of VRAM here. So we're nearly getting to that 8 gigabyte mark. And we're using about 115 watts of power here. So you can still overclock this card. Maybe get a little bit more juice out of it. But, you know, it's just that VRAM. It's just the worst thing. Should have been at least 12 gigabytes. Right guys, so we're back. We just crashed, and also I changed the settings now, so we're still in 1080p here. We've got anti-aliasing on DLLA here, and I put DLSS on quality here, and everything else is exactly the same as it was, so just very high here. Max settings, as you guys can see. Right, restart my thing here. There you go. Yeah, we're using 7.5 gigabytes of VRAM, and getting around 100 FPS here, so it's actually really playable. It does look really weird on my screen, guys, because I am playing on a 4K monitor here, so 1080p looks really weird for me. So, but yeah, the 1% lows are quite bad, to be fair. There, we're getting like under 40, so it's not really the best. Like I said before, it's just 8 gigabytes, guys. It's absolutely horrible. Honestly, don't get a card with 8 gigabytes of VRAM in 2025. This is just, I don't know, like these games are barely going to be running now. I really don't get this card, guys. I paid £300 for this card, and it's just a joke, honestly. I heard that the new 9060 XT is going to be coming out, so I think it's going to have a 16 gigabytes of VRAM as well. So honestly, I'll probably just go for that card, guys, honestly. And I think it's like $50 or £50 more. So yeah, when that comes out, it would probably be a definitely better pick over this, because 8 gigabytes of VRAM, like look how we're dropping here, guys. We're next to the water here, and we're dropping into the 55. Yeah. It keeps going up and down, but around 50 we were. So, yeah, 50 FPS. It's really not playable, guys. I know I'm playing with very high settings, but, you know, this is 1080p only. So, we should be able to handle this, you know, pretty comfortably. But no, it's really not having a... We're not having a fun time here, are we? So, yeah, 7.5 gigabytes. This is definitely not going to be able to run 4040p. Maybe on the very low settings, but I don't even think it's going to be able to run it on that, to be fair. It doesn't look good, guys, honestly. Doesn't look good. Right, guys, so we're still in 1080p here. Anti-aliasing here is on DLLA. We still have DLSS on quality, and we do have FrameGen on, and I put it ×2 here. So, yeah, let's see how ×2 is going to look like. Okay, so we're getting about 150 FPS here, so pretty decent. The 1% lows are horrible, but I don't really feel them with the FrameGen on. Also, guys, let me know. Oh, I felt that one. I felt that one. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you guys use FrameGen, because I do use it. Even with my 5090, I do use it. So, depends on the game as well. But like Spider-Man and all them games like that, I do use it because them games are just really bad without FrameGen. But let me know in the comments below if you guys are using it, because I'm curious how many people are really using FrameGen here. But with a card like this, you definitely should be trying to use it, because as you guys can see, like even with the FrameGen is not even the best, to be fair. Like 20 FPS here on the 1% lows. This is pretty bad. Hopefully it's going to be fine now. Maybe it was just loaded in or something. Maybe, but I'm not sure. We're using 130 watts of power there, so not much really. And for some reason the memory usage went down. Usually it goes up when you put FrameGen on. It should be going up. So I don't really know how it went down, but yeah, it went down by like a gig, so that's surprising. Makes no sense at all, because usually it uses more, but yeah. it's dipping down there to 80s. This area seems to be very intense for this card. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's still pretty smooth for me though. I have to say it's still pretty smooth. So, oh, never mind. It's not. Yeah, we're dropping really low here. I've noticed that if it goes under like 90, 80 FPS, it starts to really lag here. Yeah, really laggy in this area. I'm gonna keep coming back to this area just to see, you know, if the settings are really good, because if they lag in that area, they probably will lag somewhere else as well. So, alright guys, so we're still in 1080p here, DLA here, and DLSS on quality still here, and I turned off frame generation here. So let me show you guys as well the settings here. So I changed this. I put it on the high preset here, so it's on the high preset at the moment. So there you go. These are the settings. And let me do this. Right, perfect. Let me go back to this area where it's very intense. Let me have a look if it's going to drop too much. Probably going to drop to like 70s, 80s, I think. But let's have a look how it's going to look like. The VRAM usage seems to be very high, guys. Even though I went from very high to high, it's still pretty high. But what we are seeing here is running so much better now. So yeah, we're getting 120 FPS now, 110 FPS, even in the area that was really difficult to run before. So yeah, this is quite good to see now. So finally we're getting like really playable settings. So that's good to see. Maybe we are going to be able to play in 1440p here. If I put the settings to like low or something, or maybe even medium, we might be able to play in 1440p here. So maybe it's not the worst at the end of the day. But honestly, guys, don't be buying an 8GB GPU in 2025, because you're just going to have to deal with so much BS basically that it's just not worth it. Probably better to save up a bit longer and just get a little bit better of a GPU, because yeah, it's just not looking good, guys. Honestly, you have to lower your settings so much to play even in 1080p, as you guys can see here. Honestly horrible, but it is what it is at the end of the day. No wonder Nvidia didn't want people to see the reviews of these cards, because it's really not the best, honestly. Like, the raw performance is maybe not too bad. It's just that VRAM. That VRAM is just not the best. Alright, I think I'm going to jump to 1440p, guys. I don't want to make this video like 20 minutes long, so I'm just going to jump to 1440p quickly. Alright, guys, so I popped 1440p on here, and we are playing with DLSS on quality here, and I have turned the settings down now, so I put it to medium now, so it's on the medium preset. The only reason it says custom is because I turned like the depth of field and all that off. So, but yeah, all the settings, guys. See, there you go. Right, let's have a look if this 1440p is even gonna run on this card. I'll be shocked if it does run really well, but let's have a look. It does look much better as well, guys. 1440p does look much better, even on my monitor. Like I said before, 4K monitor here, so it, you know, it's if it's not 4K, then it's not gonna look the best, but it still looks pretty decent here in 1440p. Definitely so much better than 1080p did. So let's have a look if it's gonna lag in this area that it does lag. I mean, it did lag before a lot here, so let's have a look if it will lag here now. Hopefully it doesn't, but I feel like it will. This area just seems to be very intense for this card. Let's look though. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine. 1% lows on like 60 FPS. It's not too bad though. It doesn't feel like it's lagging or anything like that. So no, it seems to be fine now. So okay, so you can play in 1440p in this game. You have to drop it down to medium settings, and you probably should be fine. Because this area before we're getting like 50s and all of that in 1080p, so with a very high settings. So now, you know, 100 FPS here is not bad at all, and you can also enable like frame gen as well. But then again, I'm not sure if frame gen would work, because we're already using 7.6 gigabytes of VRAM, and frame gen usually does, you know, use more VRAM. So for some reason before it didn't, but it should be using more. So yeah, I mean, it's running pretty well now, guys. I have to say, these are really nice settings. I think, honestly, not too bad. You know, 1440p, you get the nice visuals here. Medium settings don't look horrible. So yeah, this is actually all right though. I have to say, this is actually fine. I'm gonna try and put it to high maybe and see if it can do it, but it probably won't be able to do it. Right, guys, so we still have 1440p on here. Still the DLSS on quality, and I did put the settings to high now, so we got high settings now. Alright, let's see if this card is going to be able to handle high settings. I really don't think it will, because even in 1080p we're struggling next to that water. But we're gonna go then have a look. Maybe try and put balance on. Hopefully, you know, it drops down the VRAM usage a little bit, and we can see if it's going to run that. But I'm not really sure if it will. I don't think it will really, but we can always try it. So it does look quite a bit better now, I have to say. High settings does look really nice, so yeah, it does look really nice, but I genuinely don't think it's going to be able to run it right there. Let's look though. Let's look if it is. Definitely not though. It's already dropping to 70s, 60s. Yeah, 52. I think water might be intense. I'm not sure though. Maybe it's using like more VRAM near the water. I'm not really sure why it's dropping so much FPS here, but wow, I think I picked a very good spot to benchmark as well, because you guys can see this is really intense for this card. The VRAM seems to be looking the same though, so I'm not really sure why the performance is dropping so much, but I don't know. I really have no idea, but yeah, it's high settings here with this. I mean, mostly you probably will be fine. Like, if you don't really mind lagging once in a while, you might be fine, to be fair. Because here we're getting like, you know, 90s, 100. So yeah, this is actually fine, to be fair. Like, this is all right. It's just that one area that was lagging. So if you really are stubborn to play with the high settings, you can still play with them, but you might be lagging once in a while. So I don't really recommend it, guys, but you know, you can still do it. Right, guys, so we still have 1440p on, and I put DLSS on balance now. And we're still playing with high settings here, so still high settings. Why is this on? Honestly, why is this on? Right, turn that off. Perfect. Let me start my FPS counter here. So we're getting around 100 now, so it's pretty decent. I had to restart the game because for some reason when I went from quality to balance DLSS, my FPS just halved. Literally, I was getting like 100 and it was just stuck on 44 and it just wouldn't go up. So I just restarted the game just to, you know, get the settings applied properly, because for some reason I don't know how I was getting less FPS with balance instead of, you know, going from quality to balance. It really made no sense. So I just restarted the game quickly, and I think we are going to be, yeah, the FPS is going still down here, but it's not as bad as it was with quality, but it's still nearly there to, yeah, it's basically, I mean, it's a little bit better, but it's still pretty bad. So yeah, it's still pretty bad. That 8 GB of VRAM is just so bad, honestly. Honestly, guys, don't buy a card that is literally less than, you know, 12 gigabytes, because there's just no point. I literally just got a message because I'm planning to sell my 4070 Super, and the guy was just offering me a 4060 Ti and £100 and but it's basically just trade with him. But I can't do it, man. 8 GB cards, I can't do it. It would be great for the channel to do, you know, this comparison here, but I can't do it. Literally, I'm not buying the 8 GB card, you know. It's just not worth it, honestly. Really not worth it. But I think we're going to try out 4K at low settings, guys, and I think I'm going to end the video there. Right, guys, so we have 4K on here, and I did put DLSS on performance here. I did have it on balance now, but I just changed the performance just to see if it's going to get any better FPS. We're playing on very low settings here, so yeah, basically everything's, it's just, yeah, everything's just so low here. So yeah, it's just for, you know, just for fun to see, because you're not really going to be playing with this card in 4K. So yeah. Getting like 70s here, which is not bad, but I just know in that area that I was showing you guys before, that water area, it's just going to drop so much. I'm just going to quickly go there just to check, because, you know, it really doesn't matter here. It's not, 4K is not going to be really random. Like, I mean, no one's going to really be buying this card to play in 4K, so just for fun though, just to have a look. Nothing bad here. So yeah, we're already dropping below 60s here, so yeah, it's not looking good, guys. Really, it really ain't looking good. Probably going to drop to like 30s here now, so oh, maybe it's all right. Okay, maybe it's going to be able to do it. I'm thinking about putting on some frame gen as well to see, but I'm not sure if the VRAM's going to let us do that. Do you know what, guys? Let's try it quickly. All right, guys, so we're still in 4K here. We got frame generation, and I put 3, so it generates 3 frames here. And we got performance DLSS on performance here, and we got everything literally on the lowest setting you can have here. So yeah, let's have a little look here what we're gonna get. So we're getting around 130 now, but most of it is just fake frames here. I have to say, guys, this might be playable, you know. This might save the GPU a little bit, but I do feel a lot of delay though when I move my mouse. But I think if you connect the controller, you might be fine here. If you really want to play in 4K for some reason with this card, you know, you can still kind of do it. So yeah, the frame generation is helping it quite a bit here. So yeah, 150, 140 FPS. It was not too bad, guys, but I really don't recommend these settings. I don't recommend playing this card, even that high, even higher than 1080p, to be fair, just because of that VRAM, you know. But I mean, it's running pretty decent here, I have to say. Like for a 5060, I'm surprised, you know, that I can even run 4K at all, even with the lowest settings. So I think I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I'm gonna do more videos with this card. I'm also gonna do a review later on in a few days, so follow for that, guys. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.